She rose to stardom with a voice that could move mountains, but now, Andra says she's in financial ruin. She claims her once trusted manager betrayed her, stole over $1.6 million, and left her facing eviction and unable to tour. How did things go so horribly wrong behind the scenes? Today, you'll hear the untold story and what might happen next. It all began when Andra's former management company, Bassline Management and Buskin LLC, filed suit against her for breach of contract and unjust enrichment. They're seeking at least $850,000 from her. She struck back the next day, filing a countersuit accusing her ex-manager, Jeff Evans, of misappropriating more than $1.6 million, caught red-handed stealing, she claims. That escalation stunned industry watchers. Two high-stakes legal fires blazing in opposite directions, both accusing the other. In her filing, Day paints a dark picture. She alleges that Evans abused his fiduciary role, siphoning money from her accounts and mischaracterizing expenses. One standout claim, she says he kept a $600,000 recording advance from Warner Brothers meant for her album, and never delivered the funds properly. She also says that over time, Evans and his companies misappropriated nearly $1.2 million, and admitted to withholding more than $575,000 owed to her. Her allegation goes further. She claims the fallout left her unable to pay her credit card minimums, more than $300,000 debt, and dangerously close to eviction, all while lacking funds to mount a tour. She asks the court to void the profit-sharing agreements giving Buskin 40% of net profits and Bassline 20% of gross earnings, and to award damages, attorney's fees, and a full accounting. It's a reckoning. She's essentially saying she trusted the wrong person, and now she's fighting to reclaim her entire career. Evans' side is not backing down. In his initial complaint, he claims Day owes his management firms at least $850,000 under various contractual agreements made between 2011 and 2023. He says those contracts guaranteed him 40% of her publishing royalties and 20% of her gross income. He counters that Day's countersuit is retaliatory and baseless, and denies all of the theft claims lodged against him. Notably, he acknowledges that he mistakenly retained $575,486 during the relationship, a number that Day's claims reference. He argues that the profit-sharing contracts in question were still valid, and that Day is legally obligated under them. So from his perspective, the financial dispute is contract enforcement, not theft. But Day's filings insist there's far more at stake. To understand how this could go so far, we need a bit of context. Day and Evans reportedly began working together in 2011, after being introduced through the music community. Over the years, Day's star rose. She earned acclaim for her music, broke through with her acting role in the United States vs. Billie Holiday, and won a Golden Globe for Best Actress. Yet critics suggest the contracts she signed with Evans, especially in earlier years, may have been heavily tilted in his favor, possibly with her receiving limited oversight or legal counsel at signing. Day claims that some of the agreements that granted Evans a 40% share of whether they were properly signed all will be scrutinized. Some claims, like impending eviction or inability to tour, are framed to emphasize urgency, but may reflect projection or worst-case scenario arguments, rather than full truth. In short, Day's narrative is compelling, but the facts will be revealed in court, and Evans has a strong incentive to push back hard. This is no small dispute. The stakes include control over future profits and contracts, legal precedent over unfair artist management deals, reputation damage on both sides, and the possibility of expensive discovery, audits, and countersuits. If Day wins, she might void those 40% and 20% deals, recoup large sums, and reassert control over her career. If Evans prevails, he might claim the amounts he's seeking and affirm his rights under their contract. It's also possible the case settles out of court. That's often how high-profile disputes end, to avoid public drama. Either side might negotiate to avoid excessive legal exposure. One thing is certain, this case will likely draw in auditors, accountants, industry insiders, and further leaks. As the legal documents become public, more pieces of the puzzle may emerge. Andra Day's story now isn't just one of stardom and triumph. It's also a courtroom drama that questions trust, control, and fairness in the music business. Was she a victim of betrayal, or bound by ambitious contracts she later regretted? The lawsuit is her fight back, but the outcome is far from assured. As this unfolds, what we'll want to watch for are the financial disclosures, company records, and depositions that either back her far-reaching claims or expose gaps in her case. Either way, this is a turning point, and the verdict may echo beyond just Day and Evans.